Hey everyone. So, coronavirus is upon us, and what that means is we also have a big rise in the amount of coronavirus papers and doing modeling on testing and also estimations of the growth of coronavirus spread. So, something that I've noticed in all research is that it's often difficult to find similar papers to a specific concept. Often searching keywords doesn't quite get you all the way to similar papers, and often it's people use different language for the same concepts, and you have to read entire abstracts and comb through many articles. So a paper that I was interested in was doing random testing on whole populations to estimate the amount of coronavirus there is in the population. And as you can see, with the search, I was not able to find similar kind of topics on this random testing with modeling. You get papers on modeling, but there's not all relevant information. For example, this second paper I don't think is particularly relevant. It's mostly about social distancing, and this is not on the same topic, really. So I've looked at that, as well as just searching COVID by itself. And then, if you search stuff like random testing, you just get this paper. Of course, we've already done that. But if you just look up like testing, it becomes too ubiquitous. The results are everywhere and it's kind of hard to comb through. Or if you look up random, the other papers are not on the same subject. And I've also gone through Google Scholar and tried to find other papers on the subject. However, I think only the first one is really on the same issue. So what I've done is I've created a system to do concept extraction from documents. So this is the Dennereed concept extraction tool. So I have our random testing paper abstract. So this abstract is my example from this paper. And this is our search terms, so it's a little bit broader than just COVID. But when we search all the papers, you can see that it will be able to read all of the abstracts and give us the most relevant ones to our abstract. So again, that's random testing and polling the population. So these are all the results, 481 results from the archive search. So I have the abstract below each paper, and the most relevant sentence to our initial query is going to be bolded. So because our paper is already on archive, our example paper, it is closest to itself. So essentially it found itself as its closest match, which makes a lot of sense. It thinks that this is the basically center of itself. So other results that it finds, so this one kind of does some stochastic modeling on containment of the epidemic when there's some random factors involved. This one is about having a rapid method for doing testing. And they have some comments here about inexpensive screening and doing large amounts of testing and doing some analysis on that. Here's a model on estimating the virus outbreak. So this is a subject that you probably would not be able to find, is doing testing on people who are asymptomatic, which is essentially what random testing is instead of just testing people who have symptoms, is also doing testing on asymptomatic individuals. So this is kind of like a synonym sentence or a phrase to what we want to look for, and it was able to find that and give that back to us. Yeah, similar subject here, fits of data based on asymptomatic individuals, and basically modeling based on people who don't have symptoms or who only have fewer symptoms than the current amount of testing that's done in the United States. Efficient identification of infected subpopulation. So yeah, this is also a bunch of words that are not related to our initial search, but highly relevant. Here we have testing using compressed sensing, and compressed sensing is essentially a synonym for sparse or randomly sampled sensing. So basically, this is another synonym phrase for doing random testing that probably would be hard for people to come up with, and yet you can use that to essentially find this paper and its abstract and where exactly the relevant parts are for our topic at hand. So this is the demo of the tool. You can kind of see how it's used, which is to find all of these relevant pieces of information. So currently I have the ability to search archive. Hopefully eventually I'll be able to add on searching all of Google Scholar for relevant abstracts, as well as web articles and other sources. Thanks. Let me know, give me feedback on what you think about the demo and other tools that I could add to it before I make it a full public site.